frag for them. So kind of what Chad was saying as well, that they have 3 players that can adapt to that is fine, that's great, but it just makes things, for me, a little bit inconsistent overall. If you're having to do that and have to change CT rolls over, for example, and have to mix it up every single time, that could be a little bit scary going forward.
Consistency is an intriguing topic for both of these teams, actually. I mean, with NIP, top of the table, bear in mind, these guys have not... I mean, they have got almost guaranteed themselves a spot. Should they, unless they forget how to play Counter-Strike, they're guaranteed a spot in the Pro League finals over in Brazil. But it's a big opportunity to go ahead and take a huge hamstring FNATIC's chances, which is a big opportunity that they will seize. Getting rid of these guys before they find form. You know, we're saying they're inconsistent. Before they find form, before they get good, and before they end up in Brazil, causing the problems there. Yeah. So this is a big game for both teams, and I do want, the reason I'm talking about consistency, I did get a little sidetracked, was of course the Makaleli presence. These guys talked about him, just hinted at him.
So what do you think? Do you think he's going to be joining the lineup full time? I think at this point it's a foregone conclusion. The fact he's going to E-League with them, that for me is done. Like, why would Pick come back? Like, they've got to train so hard for this now. That's like another whole season of Counter-Strike coming in if he's going to go to E-League. So I just don't see a world where Pick's coming back.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's fair. I remember there being a fair few interviews or at least comments on tweets saying that we are not getting rid of Pitt. He is integral to our, you know, like they were actually showing that they had a lot of appreciation
I think
for him.
They truly believed that at one point. But now they've had the success, they've won a big tournament. They're just like, okay, well, if Pitt's not 100% ready yet, do we just go along with this one? Necessity more than anything.
I like the point they brought up on the desk as well, that ever since Makaleli has been playing for them, Freiburg seems to have arrived again.
Been great recently.
Hasn't it? Isn't it kind of a weird correlation? Either way, into the pistol, we don't want to miss a moment. And already, Get Right's aggression up middle has been rewarded. Twist, Get messed up.
That's what you were going to go with.
Yep,
right.
That's what I was saying.
Get messed up. That classic catchphrase.
Classic.
Well then.
Oh, nice. Olof, Wenton, both falling. 2 headshots apiece. That's the power of the USP. In fact, even close range. And the heavily messed up Twist is on his way now towards Tons. It looks like it's going to be a mid to me. Nice work from Makaleli, takes down Lekro. We are getting through this, as are the boys from NIP. The last 2, surely it's just a foregone conclusion. It's just going to be Dennis, the last man standing. And from behind, strikes exist. Makaleli going to be pressing the matter as well. And it's just surely a question of who will pick it up. It's exist to do so, and not a single body falling for the CT side. That's almost the idyllic start that you look for here in Dust 2.
Yeah, so they boosted towards short there, and Get Right's getting aggressive towards middle. He gets an initial headshot, but no kill to kick things off there. And all of a sudden, he finds 2 frags. FNATIC do indeed get messed up. And it's going to be round number 2 coming in. You'd assume it'll be a force buy from FNATIC as they actually get 4 sets of armor here. And a Deagle for Lekro. He's got a smoke and a flashbang as well. No bomb planted, of course, so it's quite standard. Part of the course to actually get this second round of force buy coming in. So for the CTs, scouts for Makaleli, and we'll see what the rest of his team is going to do. No initial aggression for the terrorists just yet. They've got a smoke and a flash, and that's going to be for Lekro. He'll be outside long for now. They could smoke the long corner, flash over, try and take over that part of the map. Same story for short as well. Get towards short and smoke CT spawn, or just smoke the bomb site and try and get a plant out towards short.
So CTs have used the majority of their smokes. In fact, just 1 remains for them. Freiburg can be holding on to his, but they use it to just kind of stop any fast second round play from the Ts with a bought up. You know, Tech 9 armor can be very intimidating for a couple of CTs. Rocking FAMAS and UMPs. Oh, you look for the headshot, but it was M4V Deagle and Olof. You missed the first, you go for a second peek. It's Get Right's fault if you're still breathing. Fortunately, Mr. Ellison does hit his shot. And now Mr. Twist steps up to the plate. 2 of them, though. This is not going to go well. Venelands tell a lie, because Forest has fallen. Forest has been felled. And now a 4 versus 4. It's going to be Makaleli training his scout towards shore. He's going to be the next port of call for the Ts, and I don't think Dennis has got a chance here. No, tagged up, and the HG could very well finish the job. It's a dunk. Not quite going to go down. 27 points of foul. Now the leap. It's going to be 1, could be 2, and it is from Makaleli. This is very much possible for 3. He could very well finish the job right here, right now with that scout. Lekro's lucky to be alive. Yes, exist to finish it. Same case as the pistol.
Excuse me. Yeah, nice little shot there from Twist to open things up, and he gets that first shot towards Forest there. But Makaleli, calm as ever. The scout has been adjusted recently. You have to shoot at the top of the apex at the jump now, and he actually manages to land 2 nice little shots there. Could have got the 3rd, but unfortunately for him, his teammate does get it in the end. It's going to be 2-0 and a full eco, presumably, for FNATIC here. Just 1 P250 purchased. Alex was about to call you Matthew.
Oh, I appreciate that you didn't.
No, I did my best. And they've got no nades here. This is like the redundant round, right? This is a chance for the SMGs that are left over from the previous round to actually find some kills. And it could be an interesting prospect as well going forward, because they're probably going to keep these weapons, and Forest he's clearing up.
Oh my lord, it could be 3. No, runs out of bullets. Didn't go for a fresh mag of that MP9 before venturing in towards upper tunnels. And oh, Love, hello! Just like cheese himself. What was that?
Hello, Reddit. How's it going?
Hi, Reddit. Yeah, what's up? Sorry, we're not Shroud. Good to see you. Olaf Meister. Nade Meister.
Well, I can't tell you what happened. Maybe he thought he threw a flashbang. It was like, you knew Get was there, but waiting for him. And he just throws a grenade on the floor and kills himself. He gave, do you know, it's randomly distributed now, whoever gets the money. It's Freiberg. He had an SMG, so he got an extra $600 for nothing.
Sweet, no complaints.
Yeah.
Okay, now FNATIC have weapons. We need to go ahead and kind of forget about that one. I know that's what Olaf wants to do, as they have managed to battle for fast, long control. Already, the CT's frantically preparing themselves for this one. You can see they're going to get him through elevator, and it's called that for a very big reason. Makalady does get pushed up on the site. Get Right did fall elsewhere. Wenton catching that aggression on B. Now, that's quite nice. Wenton was the only player who was given the responsibility towards B, but because of that frag, because Get Right got caught, it looks like Twist and the bomb is going elsewhere, despite that early long control.
Well, the CTs did bring over the fan assisted UMPs. Obviously, it's that bonus round mentality, Alex, we talk about. You can keep these lesser weapons and actually win this round. It puts you in such a fantastic position. Exist trying to get some kills back here. He pushes off towards Short by himself. It was a bit of ambitious play, I have to say. The Freiberg tries the same sort of mentality, gets taken down.
This is looking actually quite doable. It's 3 for Forest. Out of nowhere, he summons 3 quick frags, and while putting a fresh magazine in, he is taken down. Twist stops that before it gets a little too out of hand, and it was just going to be a scout. There is weapons to retrieve indoors. Do not forget that. It does get fully flashed up, and this should be the retrieval. Did he see him? No. He's got a good read on this, though, and Twist aggressive to shut this down before he could retrieve anything. But Forest, good damage done. There's a bonus round after all, and look at their money. Actually, this has worked out really well.
Yeah, those 3 kills are huge.
Huge from Forest. Getting those 3 kills, it looks like NIP are going to have a better buy and have an opportunity to reset FNATIC. Yeah. That could not be better.
That was really nice from Forest. They definitely don't win the round, sure, but like he does enough economic damage to actually make this a really interesting round going forward. This could be a double eco for FNATIC going into the next round if they were to lose it. Considering the buy, Makalady on the AWP as well, could be a possibility. One thing I say about FNATIC's game as well, they love this B contact play. I'm not sure I'm a fan of it. It seems to go wrong for them most of the time. They take a lot of nade damage, they had to kick things off.
You know it.
Yeah. And it wasn't working for them at all over the weekend, and they're still trying every looks thing. They're going to be smoked and naded out. I don't think they're just trying to walk in. But it's one of the tightest choke points on the map, and you obviously have to negate AWPs and all sorts and grenades, and for me, it's such a risky strategy.
Rush speed no stop.
It's not even rush speed. They just go to the tunnels, they don't take any map control to start, and just walk in and hope for the best, and Liquor is shutting it down left, right, and centre.
Indeed, they were. Not forgetting those 2 spectacular games in the Swiss part of the New York game.
Swiss part of the New York games.
Yeah, that does make sense, right? The Swiss system.
Right.
Here's
I think I know what you meant.
Is what we're referring to. The system was referred to as Swiss.
Right. That's what you mean, the Swiss format.
You win 3, you get to the playoffs, you lose 3, you go home with your tail between your legs. And that's exactly what FNATIC did. Played 5 games of CS and weren't able to complete. And so Lacro using that smoke as it dissipates to try and catch this defensive player is none other than Get Right, but there is a crossfire for me. He can't go too much further. It steps a toe over the line, and Forest will get traded. This is looking better for FNATIC. By no means is this a guarantee that the bomb will not be going down, and Exist is going to have time to go ahead and try and close this gap. Makalady can hold his backside now, and so he could consider pushing through this smoke. You can see it's a possibility, and he does not want to go alone. He wants to go ahead and use that lightning strike effectively.
This is a player coming from middle as well. Twist went towards mid doors, but Dennis, he's doing most of the work here. Exist finds a kill in return, but this is the kill, the danger man coming in from those mid doors. And just Freiberg, we said he's in good form at the moment. Can he do anything with this one? He has got flashbangs and a kit available. Both the terrorists waiting outside the B side for him.
He knows where they both are. It's a guarantee. He knows that they're both out by doors, and he just give it a tickle, takes that one, but a nice trade from Twist. He could only see the tip of Freiberg said, but it's all he needed to see, just the tip. And that's going to be 3-2.
3-2 indeed. As we go into round number 6, it's going to be USPs across the board for now for NIP. They could force into this. They really wanted to. I wouldn't recommend it. It's still quite early days. It's only been FNATIC tying things up at 3-3. I think let's take maybe not even a partial, but a full eco at this point, just to actually allow themselves to have guns next round. They're going to be a 3rd stage loss bonus after that one. So we'll see what happens here as we go into round number 6 now. 4 USPs and a P2000. So literally nothing purchased at all. And should be a matter of time before all frags are obtained by FNATIC. As Dennis said, is working towards the tunnels. Be careful, he takes a lot of damage there, but still managed to hit the second shot. Oh, is that Olaf Meister with him? It was.
That's fine. Satisfying. Nice to watch, and I mean, what do you do here? You're sitting there at long. Bomb's going to be going down at B. You've got just a USP. It's just a question of, okay, how do I die? Not a question you find yourself asking yourself often, but here in the 6th round, they most definitely are. Exist knows there's going to be some bodies towards this T-spawn, and he's just going to present his back to them. Oh, no, just a quick exchange of fire, and his teammates are dying around him. Lecro getting himself $600 for absolutely no hard work. And that's the end of that one. Not a single member of FNATIC does fall, and it does keep things level, as we would hope.
Well then, we can come back into another gun round here. It's going to be the single orb setup by the looks of things for NIP. It's going to be Michael Eddy, of course. Get Right just goes down to the UMP. Not a huge deal, really, on Dust 2. There's plenty of options for close-range encounters towards long doors, mid-doors. Short, there's all sorts of possibilities for that weapon to be effective as we go into round number 7. We'll see whether Michael Eddy goes aggressive with the AWP. They are up against him. They've got one kit, and you can see the limited utility as well. Are FNATIC going for that classic B walking, like I said before. Dennis, though, is going to be incendiary down. That's a rare miss from him. I thought he was going to nail that shot. Get Right just runs into his crosshair, but can't actually pull the trigger in time. Get Right still challenging this position. Stays in the corner for now as Dennis presumably going to be able to take him down. He's giving the ball back towards Twist. This is what we saw when things were going wrong for FNATIC over the weekend, but still, he was very effective on Dust 2, it has to be said.
Certainly was. Now, Get Right's smoke has forced the T's back and also enabled them to reposition into a much better position for that UMP to be effective. And this is, I mean, this is as default as it gets. You can see one towards mid, one hanging out on short, two towards your tunnels, and Lecro is actually looking towards long doors, holding them that flank as well. Things are changing now. Things are shifting. The sands of Dust 2 are shifting.
It looks like a B split. It's going to be very likely here. You can see there's a ton of utility available as well. If Get Right can just get one kill and delay for a little bit, this is probably the best chance he's got in this position.
Nades are coming out. He's managed to avoid any of the pressure so far. But process for elimination, it should be some eliminations from him. No, just the one. That's not really going to be ideal. Could have taken two with him, but he's not going to be complaining too much. Is that a floating sticker I see? That is blowing my mind. Oh, not far from doing some damage to Twist, but bomb down from FNATIC's an after-plant situation. Macaled, you are miles away. Freiburg, quite similar situation as well. Time still ticking. Lecro's going to find Freiburg instantly, and they're probably going to have to try ahead and back away, especially now Forrest has fallen as well. This is a desperate save. Makaleli and Exist are going to be going away and holding hands in pit.
Yeah, FNATIC in that full default at the start of the round there, we saw Get Right. He was by himself with the UMP, and that's a problem. He had to get one kill and stay alive and try and delay them. Had he stayed alive for like 5 seconds more, he could have done something with that one. The fact he goes down in a very equal exchange. FNATIC get in, smoke on the doors, Molotov the window, CT's about the kits, all the utility to go for a full retake there. The close range players getting locked out as well. They have to save at this point. Michael Eddy will save the NWP. Exists with the M4 as well. It's definitely the right call. They had no chance of winning that round, but that's just, I guess it's just unlucky at that point. They took a bit of a gamble, stacking more heavily towards the A side with the weaponry, and Get Right does get the one kill required, but this doesn't delay for long enough.
We haven't seen too much FNATIC towards A, really, have we?
Not as of yet, no. It's all been on a B-centric sort of approach from them.
And bearing in mind, NIP have relentlessly been kind of doing this fast 3-man long push and yet to actually find anything there. I wonder if that's going to be influencing their changes.
Well, they'll be doing that right now.
It looks like they're doing the same thing, but this time there's actually going to be some resistance. Patience will not be rewarded as a full white Freiburg bursts his Deagle into nothing and can't seem to find it as he does wipe his eyes. Okay, now 4 versus 2, and Exist is desperate to find cover, doesn't even take a single point of damage, and it is going to be time once again to get boosted up and reposition. FNATIC are looking fierce here on this T side. It doesn't matter where they seem to go, they bring carnage with them. Now, is the objective here, Henry, to do something aggressive to level the numbers?
Well, right now, the CTs have to react, right? So you can see these pushing off towards short. They need to stick together, see if they have something working in their favor. Exist towards short, Get Right in middle. They try and face lower B together. It's looking good so far. Perfect. So now they get a kill back in return. So now it's a 3-on-3, but this is going to be FNATIC using this opportunity to push it towards long. They've got the call to tour towards short, so smoke on the crossover, get a fast plant down, and still, we don't have much to work with the CTs. No kids, no grenades, but they have got the open Michael Eddy. He needs to step up here from short.
This is by no means easy to retake. Is he?
Run boost, no.
It's a run boost? Is this real life?
Why?
Run boost retake, baby, and he just gets smashed. See you later. Dennis gets 2. I can't quite believe that.
You've got an AWP there. Surely let him just try and get the pick first. That doesn't make sense. Like, you've got a smoke there as well. They had a smoke. They could have right-clicked the smoke in front of them.
Yeah.
I can actually use that a bit of a veil. And now you just allow Michael Eddy to get a bit closer, a bit of a more advantageous angle, but they go for a run boost. And I'm sorry, like, that's... That's when you got flashbangs and stuff like that, that's not going to work for you.
Dennis just plucks them out of the air with an AK.
Like, you still got to recover, like, and get the shot in return as well, right?
And get information.
Yeah.
Olaf breaks out long. Exist looks to be taking this fight. He just does want to go passive, and instead he just goes down. Freiburg forced to retreat, and I mean, this has been insane. FNATIC have got that opening kill almost every single time.
Yeah, and once again, it's a 5-on-4, so what's the reaction for the CTs? I think we got someone in upper B, so Get Right has no choice but to push in the tunnel to. He has been detected from T-Sport, though this kill is huge. Lekro versus Get Right, and Get Right down to 1 HP is going to be taken down there. So a 5-on-3. At this point, FNATIC don't even need to overcommit. They've got the control of long. They know B's going to be clear at this stage as well. But Forrest, great angle there. Twist, just trying to look towards the A-bomb site. He does get taken down from the pit. And now Michael Ailey, he hasn't got the AWP himself, and all off my stuff. This is looking a little bit sloppy now from FNATIC, but still somehow managing their kill. Michael Ailey, I have to say, it's a bit of a horrendous whiff going in there. Didn't see it from his POV, but...
difficult to watch, no doubt. Now, Freiburg, that's much better. Finishes the job that Michael Ailey couldn't. Freiburg's got to do so much more than just that. He knows where they're coming. It's predictable, but so is his position. And Dennis, with a nice read, is going to be able to dispatch of his life without too much further effort. This is another open and shut round for FNATIC. And if you have just joined us, you're wondering, does this score really look that bad for NIP? They only got the initial 3. Won the pistol, the 2 after, and so far, I mean, this is going to be 6 in a row.
It's been a very simple game for FNATIC. Like, Chad pointed that out at the start. Like, they're not using, like, crazy executions or mid-splits every single time. They're just going the defaults and seeing if there's any exploits here. And right now, there's riding the economy of NIP. Just every single round, it seems like NIP are struggling, and they're sticking together, hitting their shots that need to be hit, and then the retakes come in from NIP. Yes, they've done the right reaction in terms of taking map control towards B, but when the bomb's down, they don't have kits, they don't have grenades. The Orbs doesn't seem to be landing shots just yet. I'm having a look at the scoreboard right now. Michael Ailey's having quite a quiet game. He's on 3 for 5. But still, 3 players surviving for FNATIC here. Just Forrest, who's going to be towards long pit. It looks like he will be hunted down here. They're going to be aware he's got this weapon. It's probably not worth facing him, but Lekro still fancies it. What a shot that was from Dennis from the A side in return. Okay, then. So that AWP, how do you save it? They could have had a chance to do something with this round. They could have bought like a partial buy around. I don't think they would have fully forced, but still, it would have been a lot more successful than what's potentially coming in. We're going to have a partial buy here. Maximum loss bonus, more than attained here. It's actually 6 rounds in a row since the pistol, as you pointed out, that FNATIC have picked up. So Freiburg with the scout. We'll see whether we can do anything with this weapon. Using that smoke as a little bell. Let's kick things off, and that's a collateral, I think. No, it wasn't.
There was a tag for sure. He does finish the job. Look at that. Lekro doesn't stop spraying, and all 3 bodies from NIP hit the deck. Long clear. That's a call he can say with absolute certainty.
Yeah, I think when you find a 3-man spray down, you're pretty clear. You're pretty happy that area is going to be clear. Well, okay, then Get Right does find a return with the CZ kill towards mid. It gets an AK-47.
Freiburg.
Oh, jump shots.
That's what I'm feeling.
Come on, let's go.
Hit it. No, Twist the bodyguard. Never mind, the dream's dead. As is Twist. And another. Wenton falls. The others are low. Could this really be the ace from Get Right there? Low, and he's... Oh, Olof, so lucky to be alive. He showed a shoulder. He's going to show it again. Surely not, Chris. No! Lekro dashes the dreams of NIP. He gets 4 himself. 4 for Get Right, 4 for Lekro. 2 with very different histories. 2 Swedes with a very different past in the Counter-Strike scene.
Yeah, that would have been a really sick round.
That would have been nuts.
That would have been absolutely nuts, you're right. Well, then the double AWP setup comes in. I was about to say, before that got very spicy towards the end, the double AWP setup is going to be the go-to call here. When you're a little bit desperate on the CT side of Dust 2, this is probably the strongest setup you can have to mix things up and maybe have a little bit of less presence towards being have the AWP setup in the back, for example. But it's going to be Michael and Forrest wielding these weapons. Forrest coming towards the B sides, and going to be FNATIC actually with another heavy focus towards the B side of the map. This time they're going towards lower, not walking to the B side.
You sound surprised, Henry.
I know.
Why?
I don't know. Well, it looks like there's walk out towards middle, right? So
yeah,
Dennis is the fact they can actually get away with this one. No smoke required yet. This is perfect. It means you can just, when you fully commit, that's when you drop the smoke. But Forrest and Get Right ready for them in the B sides.
Get Right gets the info. Trying to slow them down, trying to waylay this attack. And actually one of them played anti-flash. Beautiful execution. Wenton had his back turned for that defensive flashbang, and nice patience from Forrest with a no-scope. It's not looking awful for NIP. The bomb will go down, and they have the numbers, they have the utility for a retake. This is the best situation we've seen NIP in well, what has been, 7 consecutive rounds? They actually have a chance for this retake. Tags up 1, Twist is low. Molotovs are being expended. There's still time on the clock. They do, I was about to say they do have a kit. They do not.
No kit.
Well identified, Henry, excuse me. They close in. 3 versus 3. It's all coming down to these next few exchanges. That's 1 in favor of NIP. 1 locked out towards tunnels, but Olof still hits shots. Takes the head off Exist. Now Freiburg, he's been spectacular, and he continues to be so.
Oh, no,
3.
the Molotov.
Oh, the Molly's done enough. I don't think they've got time. No, they're going to have to back away.
They found a kit.
They found it. Okay, it's close.
They got it.
All good in the hood.
Unbelievable.
All good. NIP find their 4th, and that was right down to the wire. Swift thinking from Accolades to go hunting for that kit. There must have been a bit of a frantic communication few seconds, but they do get it in the end, and it'll be the fourth. Wow, that was
1.5
tight.
seconds between that going off. But I thought the Molotov towards the end, I thought FNATIC, yep, they've done enough. I didn't realize there was one kid available. It must have been the first player that died for an MP that had that one. But still, they do actually keep 2 players alive, so this could be another full reset coming in after losing 7 rounds in a row. So still, the ball very much in the side of FNATIC's court. And to get right, he's only got that UMP once again. He'll be by himself towards B. And Forrest, though, he'll be focusing towards mid. Not going to allow them to get through the mid doors as easy this time.
That really would be a kick in the groin for NIP. You get the first 3 of the pistol, finally win one of those retakes right down to the wire, quite literally, with the defuse, and FNATIC can knock you right back on your backside again. Push towards long, it's all on Freiburg. They're going to be anticipating this flashbang, there's no doubt about it. In fact, barely flashes with any of them. Now he's been flashed, he's been put to bed, and FNATIC have long control. Not the first time we've seen them do so, but it's maybe the first time we've seen both Makaleli and Exist ready to peek at the same time, and now Makaleli's orb does come in. Been waiting for that for an awfully long time, and he's got the info for another peek. Olaf down again. Now just to Dennis to find, and Makaleli can't seem to find the third. It was a good start, though. He did get 3 initially in that round, excuse me. It was the 4th he was looking for. Back turn from Chris, but Twist with the spray takes his time, and it costs him his life. It's a 1v1, and the health does favor Forest.
So then, Dennis, the mind games begin. Forrest goes towards B tunnels, and Dennis is coming in T-spawn. They've both got the knife star. I don't think they'll be anticipating the players to come. Forrest is getting the advantage here, but they both anticipate actually going to be coming from the same point. Here we go, Alex. Who wins? It's 25 HP for Dennis in the AWP, and Forrest knows he's here, hiding behind the little dumpster. And he's going to go past. He said he didn't have time to work with there, wasn't sure where he'd gone to. And it will be Forrest coming out on top there. So good work. Makaleli finds a couple of kills. The Orb starting to do some damage now, as he was holding towards long and nailing the shots that were really required there. But to say, Twist there with the kill towards top middle. Had he got it in the first couple of bullets, potentially could have got away with that situation. I think he was dead regardless, to be fair. Like, he obviously wasn't the cleanest kill, but not much he could have done to that kill in return. But still, Forrest, of course.
Who else but Forrest? This is the double ops coming out, though. We heard it discussed on the desk, the power of the double ops on CT side does too. It's the first opportunity for us to really see what Makaleli and Forrest can do with these weapons, and at least simultaneously.
5 and 4 now. CTs with the double orb set up, and they haven't got kids. They've got 2 smokes remaining. But that man advantage, don't have to work too hard for this one. See, Michael Hodges was long, but the flash is absolutely perfect there. Twist paces at this perfect time, and now it's up to Freiburg trying to fend off 3 terrorists.
Oh, he's so stuck. He doesn't know what he wants to do. Flash, smoke, shoot. I don't know. Lecro did, though. He gets that kill, and now the numbers favor the T side once more. They have turned the scales back in their favor.
That's such a horrible shot. I hate that one.
Trying to shoot those toes off.
Yeah.
Does get it in the end. Get right's evasive jump only delayed the inevitable. And now Exist and Forrest up against the world. Forrest is way back, and okay, Exist is going to ignite a little bit of a fire underneath the Swedes.
Which ones?
I realized that. Damn it. I was suggesting Forrest may have been considering a save until that kill came in.
Yeah.
Now he does have an opportunity to catch one on the cross. It's not an easy shot to hit by any stretch of the imagination. It whistles past his shoulder. Now Lecro has perhaps dashed their dreams. Can't seem to get the jump as well to efficiently get to short. But he is positioning himself in quite an aggressive stance. He's going to take down Wenton. It was no way they were expecting that, and I was expecting that to hit.
Me too.
Oh my lord, it could have been a 1v1. Orb the Orb as well.
In a pretty questionable position considering the setup there, but he does manage to just about dance around the shot of Forrest and win the round. That's a full reset for an IP yet.
Was that Forrest mindset like, I may as well, just to try and avoid the reset?
Oh, exactly. Like, he knows, like, even if he saves the orb, they probably can't win the round. So if he can go for that one, almost got that second shot as well. There's definitely grounds to make that happen. As we go into this one, round number 14 is going to be the force by one, not their double eco anyway. They're not going to have money regardless if they save this round, so they're going to have to try and see what they can do with the Deagles.
They have stacked on B though.
Oh!
That's a start, and that's another get right, gets down Wenton. It's this B play from FNATIC that seems to have analysts completely baffled, but Lecro is starting to make a case.
Yeah, you can see NIP are expecting it. It's a stack B, that's what they seem to do quite a lot of the time.
It seems to be working quite a lot of the time.
Yeah, true.
Makaleli's going to be the next turret to be established on B, but I think FNATIC have got other plans, and I know that Freiburg has caught onto that one, none other than the King of Banana, rocking that monkey business.
Oh, that makes sense, doesn't it? He's the King of Banana.
Yeah, that's the joke.
You've worked it out.
I solved it. All by myself. Call me Sherlock Holmes from now on. Isn't that right? Watson. Oh my lord, they're both not looking, and he's done so much damage, but it's not enough. Finish the job. Makalele does so. Now it's a game of survival for Freiburg. And oh, see you nerd, Lekro plucks Freiburg out of the air. One more to find for Lekro, who's been outstanding here on Dust 2. He's got 3 in this round alone. He dashed the dream of Get Right's ace, and looks like he could do the same to Makalele here. He can't seem to hit the shot.
No one can.
It's a game of whack-a-mole. Makalele has an AK. He does have a kit, but the bomb is not down. Lekro's just been holding these explosives. Well aware of this duel. Has to be one out before he can close it on the site and get himself some extra cash in the back pocket. Oh my lord, somebody please finish this. 20 seconds left. Lekro's got no time. He does choose to retreat and start heading towards B, and Makalele realizes he can just line himself up for this shot.
Yep. Oh, he's going to win this as well. Lekro had to land on his shoulders. It was more like whiff-a-mole, I would say, Alex.
Whiff-a-mole.
Yeah, see what I did
Plenty
there.
of time to think about that.
Yeah, well, don't slag it off.
That was good. Whiff-a-mole.
I think it was just as good.
Oh, top quality.
Yeah, Lekro and Makalele not able to actually finish that one off. I think Lekro had a great position to actually land the shot there, and you were expecting him to do it.
Oh, it's a slow burner.
Yeah, you like it? Yeah. It's tickling you now. But we just NIP with the force by the Deagles to get the first shot towards B, and then force FNATIC now down to an eco, or force by whatever you want to call it, on the last round here. Freiburg, the MP7, did some work there towards the blue bin. There's going to be Twist going down, contained by the incendiary. His team can't actually come out. So it's just a brawl here along.
That has cheered me up. Okay, FNATIC are low, and what on earth is Lekro doing? He is just insane. Olof from behind catches Makalele, pushing out on short. What is the score? 19 frags for Lekro. 3 members of FNATIC haven't surpassed 8, and he's rocking 19, closing in on 20. That's crazy. I mean, he's been in the kill feed every... We're getting ourselves strapped in for what could very well be quite a swift second half.
Well, we'll see. If FNATIC get it and get the 3-0, they're in a fantastic position here.
Yeah.
And obviously they have Dennis. So, the pistol master, the best pistol player in the world, allegedly, as you would say.
As I would.
I don't know.
Is that right? God, you got some real quotables on me there.
Yeah.
Still, let's kind of get into the nitty-gritty. That is the pistol. We're seeing Wenton tagged up, and he's going to get hunted down by Makalele. That is important. Dennis, we were just hyping you up. Where are you at? Dennis, please. There it is. Plux exists, head off the shoulders. Can't seem to find a second. No, it looks like Lekro and Twist are doing the work for him now. Just Forrest and Makalele remain. It is going to be a 2 versus 2. Makalele pushing further afield and further across as that smoke does dissipate, but it's not going to stop them crossing in safely. Where is that bomb when you need it? It is in the palms of Makalele, but he knows he wants to try and make this a 2v1 before he does so. Tags up Lekro, and he won't go. Oh no, Forrest finally catches him with the Glock. Gracefully moving.
Does just about get it. Now it's a 1v1. Makalele with the pressure on his shoulders now. It's going to be that 1v1, and his Twist does spot him. Low HP for Michael. What does he do? What's the play? He has to go for the aggressive play. Try and pick off the head of Twist. It's not happening. It's low HP. One bullet will separate it.
Oh, this is insane. Twist taking fights with 2 HP. He's so insane. Makalele lets him come close. He can't do it.
Guys,
it's going to be a knife.
They both had no bullets.
They had no bullets. They were basically down to the last one, and Makalele messed it up. Finally finishes with the knife.
Like, it looked quite honourable. It's like, okay, he's running at me with the knife.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I will join you, sir. I will go down with you.
I need to watch that again.
I'm an honourable man.
I didn't look in the bottom right corner. I wish I had.
So that's what's going on. So Michael could land that initial shot, and he was just hiding behind the barrel, buying time, what it seemed like. But he actually just had no bullets available whatsoever.
I'm going to watch it back on the... Oh, wow. Nice shot from Twist. Catches Makalele down. That's a huge start coming into the second round force bite. So Makalele, I mean, so Twist had 12 bullets as he approached from long. He used what was the majority of... Okay, he had 3 bullets, 12 bullets after picking up the kill onto Forrest. And yeah, he did. He actually genuinely just ran out of bullets. This is insane.
Both of them pulling the knife out. That's very rare.
That's awesome. Makalele had 1 bullet left when he was crouching behind the barrels.
Well then, what can he say about that one?
Either way, you can say that Freiburg's leveled the field. That's nice. And seeing that early frag too, the very man Freiburg just killed. Step in the right direction, because it's so low. Not low enough though, won't be able to thrive. And it falls to Dennis on site. He's already been chunked down to the HE, and that's a big step in the right direction. Nice trade though. Forrest, important to keep the advantage in the favor of the attacking side, as Lekro and Olof are going to have to try and do something special. And it looks quite the opposite of that. Lekro's hunted down by all 3. Not a hope in hell, and instead it's just going to be getting that bomb down. Everything is a little easy at this point.
Yeah, well, it's going to be NIP clawing their way back into this game. It will be a full eco at this point for FNATIC. They did get a couple of kills, though, and especially with that twist scout shot at the beginning. It certainly looked a bit interesting. But overall, NIP looking comfortable. It will be the full eco here. Here's the replay. So you can look at the boat. One bullet in the bottom right. That's the important factor. So both of them like, missed. Well, we're having a knife now. And one stab would have killed either of them. So that could have actually still gone in the favour of Twist. He had a kit as well, so he could have won that. So it came down to a stab to finish it off.
Oh, it's rare you see a genuine kind of knife outside, you know, not with a back turn, just like running full on into
It's like one of those things on a public server, right? You don't need to see like someone to say knife question mark and a 1v1.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
This is like look like one of those agreements. It's like, okay, yeah, well, you're knifing me, so I won't be rude.
Yeah, they see you pull the knife, you pull yours, and it's just it's a gentleman's agreement.
Yeah.
That was not what that was, though. That was just cold-blooded knife fight. Nothing for FNATIC in this round. A P250 for Wenton. It's hardly going to be glorious for the CT side. It's just a matter of time and a matter of efficiency for the T side. They don't want to lose these rifles. It's only Makaleli on the Deagle, and so far, so good. The double F's delivering. In fact, it wasn't just Freiburg, do excuse me, expecting Forrest to fill the kill feed as well. Olof nearly takes 2 at the end. 6 points of health and 16 for Makaleli. And now the buys can come in.
They will indeed. Alex Richardson.
Henry Greer.
That's not my name. It's just Henry G. That's what it says on my birth certificate.
That's it?
Yep.
What should we call him, darling? Henry G.
He looks like a gamer.
This will make a fantastic nickname.
Round 4 comes in. No AWP available for FNATIC after the force by the second. They're going to have 5 M4s across the board here. 1 kit available for Olofmeister. I'll see whether they've got an aggressive tool. It's a very default setup. A twist is towards mid. He's by the mid doors, I think, actually he's hiding behind them. So that's the adjustment. It means the terrorists can't just walk out here. But Get Right doing a good job of sneaking out past the smoke and long doors here. Can hear footsteps next to him as well. Faces the right time and can't land the shot there. Gets an opportunity. Should be going down at this point. Very difficult to survive. Great work from him initially in terms of the movement and actually getting there and detect it. He just needed to hit that first shot for it to be effective.
And now NIP. An all too familiar scenario, conceding that first frag. It happened often on the defensive, and here on the... No, defensive, not offensive, blah, blah, blah. Words are hard. Sleep is needed, but the round continues all the same. I won't be surprised if, as time does continue to progress, we will see some aggression coming from the CT's left in long. It was Dennis and Wenton who've pushed just a little bit up, and that's nice from Forrest, has managed to level the playing field swiftly. Takes the head off of Olof in middle. Twist, looking for a second, and it's not going to happen. Exists just a little too quick. And this is what I was talking about. That aggression from long is going to be rewarded. Wenton finds Freiburg, and now it's kind of do or die for the boys in tunnels. Lecro realizes it, wants to get the information, he can do so. So backs away and looks to try and pluck a head off Forrest. He does so, and that's all he needed to do.
Yeah, 2-on-2 now. CTs with no kits and 1 flashbang between them. Michael A will be getting the bomb down here. They've got plenty of time to adjust and get a decent setup. You can see the other player is going to be exists. He's got himself towards the tunnels. So at this point, I'd say it's almost guaranteed that NIP should be picking this one up, but you never know. Benton has found a kit here, so their chances have increased slightly, but Michael A in such a great position here. Can't be Molotov'd out either. It's going to be flashing in. So let's see this. Next shot is going to be very important, and Michael A nails it. And there's 1 player remaining, and that's going to be Benton, and NIP do deal with him eventually. It's going to be 10-9 now as NIP take the lead, and it's going to be another eco for FNATIC. So far on the second half, it's 4-0, and potentially going to be 5. So it's only 1 game still.
It's anyone's game, and that's what makes this exciting. Lecro, let's not forget, has been spectacular in the first half. We haven't seen too much of him here in the second. Albeit maybe difficult when NIP have had complete control of this game so far. Look at the buy. It's a shaky one for FNATIC. A swinging out Deagle from Wenton would perhaps tip the scales, but he misses the shot and pays the ultimate price. Exist always been very, very good at controlling that spray, and he does no exception here towards long.
Yeah, this round is just down to FNATIC whether they can get a few kills and affect the economy of NIP going forward. Doesn't look like that'll be the case though. Twist caught, was that a nade in his hand?
It was.
And he'll be taken down now 5-on-2. And we'll go to 11-9 here. NIP looking very efficient so far on their T side. And FNATIC yet to get anything rolling. What's the deal though when they go forward? They do have the potential for the double AWPs. It'll be Dennis and Olof. That's normally the go-to situation, but we saw Twist picking up a lot. It will be Dennis to purchase it first time. And I'm sure we're going to see that. Olof is normally the second.
Yeah, he's taking his time. It's obviously the decision they're making. There it is. Okay.
But they have to say that when I saw him against Liquid, the CT AWPs weren't fantastic. Olofmeister was struggling tremendously.
Yeah, he couldn't seem to find anything in middle, could he? I remember, yeah, it was JDM causing him a great deal of grief. Okay. No JDM this time. There is an AWP, however, in play. It's Makaleli who's holding it way back at T-ramp. But Olaf, that angle has one fatal flaw, and that's players pushing from lower tons. He realizes that as the flash does kind of reveal their location, and chooses to recede and retreat into the B site. And so they're going to forego mid-control. They're not interested in holding middle. Instead, it's going to be the responsibilities of the 3 on A and the 2 on B.
Oh, the smoke goes down towards City spawn. This could be a B split coming in. He sees a player in B tunnels as well. Lekro going to have to try and challenge here. He's stuck in a horrible position. Now Olaf Meister with the AWP at the back of the B platform. Players coming from tunnels and the side as well. He has to hit one of these shots. We said he was struggling on Dust 2 before, and this time more than ever. Can't find a single frag, and it's going to be a 5 on 3. Did the Cities even decide to try and retake this?
That is really not gone well for FNATIC. Olaf, he was in such a tight spot. Lekro, both of them actually kind of caught in really disadvantageous angles. It was
the thing
intriguing.
Is, right, so Olaf's position, his role in that position is to concentrate on tunnels, make sure that Lekro can't get shot in the back. Unfortunately, NIP are pretty much focused towards middle. Lekro does some damage towards Forest, that's all he does. He needs to be finding kills there. He feels bad, they've got nothing to work with, and Olaf Meister needs to hit at least 1 or 2 shots, misses both of them, and then the round just falls apart at that point, I'm afraid. It's a 5 on 2. Dennis and Benton both trying to save the weapons.
This is an execution.
Oh, more run boosts, more memes.
Come for the CS, stay for the memeing. It's going to be just 1 man left. Dennis is desperate to keep hold of his ult, but Exist has no problem taking his hat clean off. Money again screwed for FNATIC. Gosh, how many buys have we even seen from FNATIC? It's not been many. That's the first double ult we've seen, and we saw how little that really occurred.
Well, none of it just yet. This will be a partial buy for them. Still on maximum loss balance. It's 6-0 here in the second half. They're going to have upgraded pistols and body armor. Got a kit as well, just in case they do find some kills. There's every possibility they can actually get into this round and find a deagle kill, but we'll see what happens as we get to round number 7 here. They're going to be pushing off towards short, trying to find the deagle and see if they can rip off the head of someone waiting towards middle when Michael Lady opens things up. Takes that all off Meister. 5 and 4. Terrorists don't really need to overcommit at this point. It's waiting for any more ensuing CTs. And it's going to be Wenton there with the 5-7 taking it out for us. Could get another one as well as the player waiting in lower B. A few missed shots and a CZ exchange as Twist comes out on top there. Good timing, good coordination from the CTs. And now they have got the man advantage. We said it was a possibility. And now it certainly is.
Oh, Twist, low HP, but still gets across. Still so much time on the clock. And the T's still haven't really left spawn. After a kind of turn of events, Freiburg and Forest are forced to watch as the remaining 3 from NIP try and navigate their way towards the A site. They have got utility. They've got a smoke for the cross to CT, they've got a smoke towards site, they could smoke the long cross if they wanted to get someone into pit. Wouldn't be necessary. They do have flashbangs as well. They've got everything they need, all the ingredients. And a reminder, of course, that FNATIC are only working with pistols. This is far from over for NIP.
Yeah, well, they've got long control here, and they have got smokes and Molotovs to work with. The CTs do have 2 AKs, but low HP players as well, so still a very tight round. Dennis in a good position. Going to be trying to get 1 kill. He's flashed in as well. Nails the first one. We know he's good with pistols. Gets the headshot, and now Exist trying to return the frag.
And this is exactly what they needed. Not necessarily the double, but it will almost guarantee their safety for the cross. At least, he could have hit that one. Makalele could very well have made this a 2v2 with 1 click of his mouse, but unable to do so. What's
happened?
Well, I don't know. I'm confused. We've lost a FNATIC player. He disconnected. What? Who am I? Where am I? Either way, while we take this in and absorb this, Makalele's thrust into a 1v2. He misses the shot he had to hit. That's 2 shots that did whistle past the ears of FNATIC and enables them to go ahead and win that round, albeit after a confusing loss of play. It must have just been a DC.
Yeah, was that one of the players that are alive as well? They got a suicide bonus for it.
I don't really know.
So, well, regardless, they win the round, right? So it's not really a big deal. It was an eco win for them, so no harm, no foul, I guess. It's all fine. He better keep his money. He'll come back the next round. A double orb setup will be coming in for FNATIC. It didn't work for them before, but now they've got a bit of wind in their sails, considering they just had a nice eco win there. So we have to round number 8. Score now is going to be 6-1 now. It's actually the first round FNATIC have won. The thing is that they have a bit more residual cash going forward. That's an eco victory for them, and they weren't expecting to win it. They get the win bonus on top of that, so it's actually going to be tons of money for them going forward, even after the reinvestment of the guns.
NIP looking like the much more coordinated side ever since they got over to the T side, actually. Not forgetting that 9-6 half in favour of FNATIC on their attacking side. Seems like both of the Swedish rosters have had no problems in hitting the ground running, quite literally, actually, on the attacking side of Dust 2. This is the first round. We just witnessed the first round FNATIC have found on CT side. And that does make them very vulnerable to having that loss bonus reset.
Yeah, like I said, they have got money left over, right? They picked up weapons. They didn't really have to spend too much this round. You see it after reinvestment. So Wenton's got like 6k. Olaf Meister, I guess he has.
It's not an awful scenario.
No, it's not awful. They will be able to buy after one loss. They would take a couple to break them down, like we are broken right now.
We are indeed.
A couple of broken men just trying to get by in the world.
Talking about video games, no complaints.
Try to do a good job.
Not always as easy as it sounds. I think I bit my tongue at one point during this cast.
Let me have a look.
It's like swelling up.
Give it a... Oh, yeah. Oh.
Oh. Need to get some water. Because our casting is on fire.
It's certainly not tonight. it's ice cold.
Who are we? Oh, I've been having fun though. You know what?
It
may not be the highest quality.
Depending on Matt's voice, we might have to do it tomorrow and we won't be as tired, so maybe we can bounce back.
Yeah, for sure. I'd like that. Yeah. Or maybe we just go hard on the last map, put all our energy remaining until the last one.
Could do that.
We could do that.
What is the last map?
It's...
Get a cup of coffee after this game.
Yeah, I get some caffeine in us.
That
doesn't sound like a bad idea, just to kind of, prove to ourselves that we're not incompetent.
Prove to others.
And others.
Prove the haters wrong.
Yeah, so many haters. Cash is the next map, so that'll be fun because it's NIP FNATIC on Cash.
That will be a good game, actually. Yeah. NIP, probably
Infamous.
The most renowned team on Cash.
Well, at least they were for a while. I don't know how long that's... Is it still standing?
It's still
it
strong,
is, okay.
Yeah. It's not like that win streak's still going on, but they're still one of the strongest teams that I would say in the world on Cash. Like
okay, awesome. We can have a lot of fun with that then.
Yeah.
Right, I'll put in an order for some coffees, and we'll get into it. Still, let's get this Dust 2 done, rocking and rolling. The double AWPs are back. This time, Dennis and Twist have it. Olaf seems to have kind of given up on many things at this point in time. Swapping roles. Olaf been given the responsibility of middle. He'll just be sitting idle in CT for now. As the same old setup between Dennis and Wenton are back towards long, and I like this aggressive peeking from Dennis. Get right, there's very little way for you to survive this one, and look at that teamwork, makes the dream work. A leg shot from the AWP, and Wenton just finishes the job quite gracefully with his AK-47.
He jumped into the flames as well, so he was going down regardless, and it was a bad day in the office for right in that round. Well then, the man advantage has been achieved for FNATIC. NIP, they're focusing towards short for now. The bomber's in B tunnel, so I think they're just going to try and maybe present an A execution there, maybe drop a player down towards City Spawn, get back towards middle. Could be Frybit to the left there by himself, and ultimately should be going towards B depending on how this goes down for them.
Molotov to try and clear and force them. I believe that is the Molotov that forces the player on back off of ramp. But it's not going to be necessary because the CTs are much too pushed up for that. Wenton and Dennis likely going to be pushing for long as soon as they show face in tunnels. Oh, words. 45 seconds though, and they aren't necessarily locked into this B core. Backs away as the warning shots are rattled off by Twist. I think he realizes as well that the rotate's on, but Wenton realized it. We were talking about his aggression up long, and he's found two, no, three. Makalele, see ya. He's gone. And just Forrest then tagged up and actually hitting someone with an impact of that flashbang. He knows Olaf is there, but Olaf is just ready for him to stroll on out through that smoke, and that will be the end of that one. Olaf, the patience is finally rewarded. 4 from Wenton in that round when it's all said and done. He's sitting on a cool, hard $10K.
Yeah, that's just perfect flank coming in from Wenton there. Like you see NIP
such good timing.
A little bit too focused towards middle and tunnels that it's had no awareness as to what was going on towards long area at all. Wenton took advantage of that, comes in, finds 3 kills. He's like one of the players, like one of the most, I guess, unknown quantities of this team. No one really knows how it's going to work out for them. A lot of people suggested he's like a placeholder for a big name. But for me, he's stepping up. He's had some very influential rounds and he had a good showing over in New York. And I feel like he is a good addition. He could be a potential superstar in the future.
Superstar is a very strong word.
That is a strong term. Let's start with star first.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's not go superstar. That's a bit much. I use that term very loosely.
Not the only thing.
What?
So, 4 versus what was essentially 1. You can see towards long. There's 4 members of NIP, and only Dennis has got the eye line towards it. Looks like Olaf is there in support, and Dennis still doesn't seem to have the right grasp of just how many players are going to be coming towards him. Still playing around with nades, still looking towards shore. He's not going to have the angle just yet. Here comes Exist though, first challenge, and there goes the HE straight into his back pocket. 84 points of health remain as Makalele strides out, and it's going to be Dennis who shuts him down. Now NIP are cut down to size, hamstrung on the assault as surely not another run boost. Has this really ever worked? They just make it easy for him. Olaf's got a double spray as well, and Get Right has got it all to do with 45 seconds.
Can we stop the run boost? You've got 45 seconds. You don't have to commit to long. Why are you trying these out?
Henry's genuinely got his head in his hands. Oh, that's funny.
That's like shocking.
Is that the fourth one? The fourth attempt?
Yeah, all of them being completely shut down. Now, that's not required, right? If you think you don't think you can cross long, let's go back towards short and go up. You had so much time to work with. And they said the great outcome of that scenario is go for a run boost when they know exactly where you are. They actually gave them the kill away. Like, Dennis is on the side, not looking towards long. He's watching the corner. He sees a big terrorist jump up on the corner. Well, okay, kill him before he jumps over.
It was a free kill. He just, like, basically an angle you'd never see a T. And Dennis is like, oh, I guess I'll take this one.
Well, then, we go into round number 10. This is a force buy from NIP. They do get 4 AKs and a couple of smokes to work with, but Freiburg, he's only on the Tech 9 here. A lot of my cert will be using to actually get some information. I think he had Freiburg come towards lower, so we'll be falling back here, seeing if we can spot him, but just gets out of dodge quickly. And Dennis, surely not going to pick up another kill yet. Oh, difficult position now, by himself as well. Oh no, he scored Benson, that's fine. Don't worry.
Tell him porcupines.
Ignore me.
Here comes the execute towards long. Then Wenton is just going to be sitting in the corner and praying Dennis can keep him safe, and the answer is a resounding no. Look at that from Exist. Solid work by Wenton. Dubbed the superstar by Henry G just a moment ago, and unable to really do something quite up to that level in this round alone. NIP have got full control. Not surprised they're not run boosting on towards the A site. It's going to be a standard plant towards long. That's going to enable them to go ahead and play that beautiful after plant. McLady can just hang out in pit and be safe in the knowledge that this round and this bomb is safe.
4-2. I think this FNATIC guys just have to save at this point, don't they? They will be considering staying around towards short for now. Lecker is actually speculatively pushing up short. But
you would expect Twist to be the one to be looking over there.
Yeah, that's it now. Get out. That was ambitious to say the least. We'll be helping out of that. And yeah, NIP going for that long control at the start of the round and actually gaining it as well, finding his initial kills, only dropping Exist in the process. And it was that exchange between Dennis and Benson. They're trying to get the AWP up close range towards long doors. Doesn't really work out for them. Dennis gets himself in an awkward position and Wenton can't really back him up. The superstar, as you said, won't be able to deliver in that round.
Yeah, just as I said. Money's a bit messy for everyone.
13-12. Yeah, the money's still okay for FNATIC, sorry. The fact they managed to keep the AWP alive in the M4 can certainly balance the well for round. You can see they've still got a plethora of utility and 5 defuse kits as well, so they're absolutely fine. This round is pretty important, though. Whoever loses this will be not necessarily completely broken, but they won't be in the best buy whatsoever, especially NIP. Have a look how this one goes down as we enter round number 11. Back and forth now, it's 13-12. After finding 3 rounds in a row, FNATIC have got themselves back into the second half. McLady's trying to get the first pick towards B. And it could be flashed in here. Olofmeister, I thought he was going to be going in with that smoke, but
it's not to be just yet. Instead, NIP just kind of pose the problem of mid, just hinting that they could be going for something towards CT, but instead it's just going to be, as usual, Cat and mid control. Forest eyeing up the push towards Tons. Get Right's given the responsibility of long, and this is it. This is the default. Just waiting things out and hoping and praying that McLady can find a way in. Freiburg going to show face towards short as well.
I would speculate right now we're going to see a full execution for NIP. They've done a nice default. They haven't actually found any CTs really, so they're going to go in for this smoke towards CT spawn, smoke on the 2 on the corner, try and segregate the players on the A-bomb site here. That would be my call at this point. You've got players at long, you've got the execution potential there as well. Let's see what they decide to do. Potentially could be a heavy execution. You need 4 there to do it properly, but let's see what they do. As the smokes and flashbangs do start to come in, it's up to Dennis here to try and defend.
This is what we're talking about, that Molotov. Not quite as deep as I expected to be forcing him off that position. Instead, he's just going to be, oh, he is burning alive. Cannot hug the wall as much as he'd like to. And Twist, what was that? 2 quick kills. And Dennis is going to follow suit as well. Freiburg's gone down. NIP have just had this completely shut down without really too much of a blink of an eye. Just Exists remaining, and he's already been taken down to just 7 points of health. This is just a matter of time, and it will be, actually talking of time, he had 8 seconds left. That bomb would have to have gone down. He could have been hunted down. And that was a foregone conclusion before the bullet did take Exist out of the equation. So 13-13, and if you do have a quick look, that will have been putting them back down to, well, basically, this is last opportunity for NIP before they start rocking the pistols and the Kevlar.
One of the teammates should be on a pistol. I think that's Freiburg. He's okay. P250. So he's opted for a smoke and a flashbang. He must have dropped over something to a teammate, I assume. You can see they're very limited now in terms of the grenades, but they have got the AWP in the hands of Michael Ailey. We'll see what we can do here. Looks like he'll be working towards middle, and Get Right potentially just got to walk through the smoke at the doors.
Ooh, thinking
I was trying to work out where he was there, but he's not going to be committed just yet. 4 players there. Flashes go in, and they try and get some mid control. Actually, they get it pretty quickly. They smoke towards city spawn. This is a very fast play as they go towards the B side.
Flashes do try and delay them, even smokes, but it doesn't look like it's going to be anything stopping them at this point in time, and they just walk out. Makaleli, a quick frag. Solid work, catches Olofmeister, and that site is theirs for the taking. Wenton and Dennis are still on A, and they're going to be backing away for a save already, and that's what a good mid to B looks like. That's what a successful mid to B looks like. You've got the two players on A, unable to react, unable to reposition. And they just had to sit there and get hunted down. Was Forrest who went hunting, and unfortunately Wenton had a bit too much of a bite to his bark.
Quite a nice little fast mid-split coming in there. You can see
swift.
Yeah, you can see that they've done multiple flashbangs. They're all timed like within half a second of each other. So if a CD turns away from one, he's going to get wrecked by the other. So one goes for the mid doors, one goes over it, and then they've got a quick smoke. As soon as they're going forward, the smoke blooms, so you can't really get an early call as to what's going on. It's quite simple in practice, but just the way it was executed was quite beautiful.
And I love that because you saw 4 bodies in middle, all of your attention is drawn towards mid, and Makaleli just walks out late with an AWP.
Yeah,
he
really
has
well
back turned, and that is going to be 14 for NIP. Will that be enough, though? Considering where Olaf and it was Dennis and Wenton who saved, so there will be at least a guaranteed full-on AK and a full-on AWP. The rest, though, is going to be FAMAS and UMP alike, and should they concede this, this is GG.
Yeah, pretty much. They're only going to get $1,900 into the next round, so they have to win this round for FNATIC. There's not really a choice there as we go into, as you would say, the crescendo of the half.
Stop doing that. As you would say. Oh. Here we are at the crescendo of the... Oh, there you're right. Yeah, there I am.
See?
Oh, gosh.
Well, yeah, a big round coming in. As Get Right looking for short control this time. There are going to be 2 CDs waiting for him, though. If it's Flaren angle, I think we've dubbed this one. And he's going to be flashed off. The little caveat to it, though, is Twist is waiting for them. He's trying to bait it in, and it's actually working out very nicely indeed. They managed to pick up 2 frags here. As Vincent joins the party as well, as a 5-on-3. Dennis repositioning the AWP towards long, and that's the correct place to put it, as that's going to be the remaining NIP players are.
If they run boost again, I am going to scream.
This run boost around long corner.
Not going to happen. Instead, though, they actually try and make this competitive. If Forrest can find another with that, AWP is not going to be given a chance, though, because Dennis just backs away and plays the safe angle as well. They know where both members remain from NIP. They've got them boxed in. They can catch their exit up through mid. And they realise that it's just going to be down to, well, crossing this while this smoke still stands. Makaleli is so hesitant to do so, though. He wants the supportive flashbang. He'll get it. And he actually chooses to go towards CT. Nothing to be found. They're going to start piecing this together. What are you feeling about FNATIC's positioning here, Henry?
Well, we can see they've actually got 2 players towards short. This is fine. They're waiting for this to commit to the plant at this point. There's 1 player taken out of the round for 4 seconds. They can actually adjust at that point, and they can hear the plant coming in now. So this is when they'll start flashing over. To be Olofmeister waiting towards long doors as well. It should be a CT round, but still potential for Makaleli to do something in the short position. That certainly doesn't help him. They have to adjust towards barrels as flashes come in as well. He actually could get away with this one. They're not checking it, but the exchange comes in now. It's just up to Forrest, who can't land a shot. And surely dead now. There it is.
He got given 2 chances.
Yep, he definitely did.
2 chances, wow.
That Molotov saved the CTs at that point. You can see Michael had to reposition. I thought that was actually going to work out for him then. Like, when all the chaos is going on, they just didn't think about checking barrels, but they only got 1 frag out of it.
Maybe if the weapon was silenced, who knows?
Maybe.
But that is important for FNATIC. We said that that was their chance. That was their opportunity to keep themselves afloat, and they've done so. And done so relatively effectively. That aggressive start from them on towards short really was paid dividends. The fact that they went for 2 towards the Flaren corner, bricks otherwise known as. Nice. Solid work from them. And a Kobe nade to start things off as well for the first blood.
Oh, yeah. A must-win round for FNATIC. It does come in their favour. And NIP now,
so close.
They're struggling a little bit. You can see Get Right, he's only got the Tech 9 here. They have got the AWP in the hands of Michael, though. And we'll see what he can do. As it is going to be maybe another mid-split coming in there, but Olofmeister, he's booted up in CT spawn. Let's jump on him quickly. You'll see that he's on that position when the mid-splits come in, and he'll be able to defend it in front of above the smoke. It's a pre-fire for the terrorists for sure, but still a lot more effective than just allowing them to run straight in. Twist, you'd have been dead now, surely. How did he win that fight? That's crazy. Michael gets dropped in the tunnels. It's a pre-fire there from Twist. It's locking it down.
It's crazy to see how quickly, just how cognitive Twist was of that the potential positioning there. Takes Makaleli down. That's an AWP out of play. Well, actually, no, excuse me, it was a rifle. Forrest had the other. And again, FNATIC have the early advantage. This gave them the round before.
This is another massive round, right? Both of the teams are fully invested in terms of the economy, and there's no loss bonus for either side. So whoever loses this round pretty much loses the game. That's kind of where we're at right now.
Whoever loses this round loses the game, and NIP have already had 1 of their 5 taken from them. This could be the execute you've been waiting for almost all of the T-half. Nades raining in, you said they needed 4, and they do have it this time, but they do have a limited utility. That's the molly to push them off the site. No one's there, though.
CTs.
The CTs are way down long. Wenton and Dennis. Are they doing the full loop-de-loop? A site is clear, and Get Right, he knows one's towards CT. They're piecing this puzzle together rather swiftly. The bomb still hasn't gone down, though. Take note. The CTs have had plenty of time to rotate before the explosives do go down, and now the time is thrust onto the clock.
Well, now they know at least there's no one towards the middle. They can actually push up and go towards short controls, to along as well. Get Right, looking for these kills along. He's positioned towards the car, but he's been spotted.
Oh, he is cornered, but Forrester's already taken down one. We said whoever loses this round loses the game, and it's going back and forth. FNATIC make a strong case. Now the numbers favour them quite heavily, but Freiburg and Exist still stand, and they stand vigilant on towards the side. Can't seem to cross, though. Wenton does damage, but it's not enough. Now look for the rebuttal. It's going to be Wenton who takes it. It was all on to Exist, but he's gone down. Twist, and the USP brings home the bacon, and that's going to be the defuse coming in.
So the difference here is the NIP get the bomb down, so they get the extra $800, right? They don't win the round, but they're still pretty broken in terms of money. Had they not got that bomb down, that would be the GG moment. But they still have enough maybe to get some Galil's Tech 9s, but still, I would say FNATIC are going to be winning this one. We'll see what they can do. Scout comes in first.
Oh,
that's the hands of Michael. But that was an exciting finish there. These rounds tonight haven't been the crispest of rounds, you know? No one's been like nailing the one bullets. It's been like lots of back and forth, like spray battles, and no one really connecting the shots, but still an exciting finish to round number 14 there. We have gone the full distance. The last round of the second half comes in. 3 Tech 9s, a Scout, and an AK.
It doesn't really get closer than this. That one round, now you sit here with 15-14, and NIP put everything into this final round, and it is just going to be 3 Tech 9s, an abundance of utility, favouring utility over perhaps a slightly more upgraded weapon.
You have to remember as well, NIP were up 6-0 at the beginning of the second half, and FNATIC just been grinding it out towards the later stages.
Not forgetting we have Cash to look forward to after this one as well.
That's going to be a really good game.
As if this hasn't been already. Aggressive from Twist. Woof.
Looking for the double.
Tries to catch Freiburg. He has been tagged up as well, down to 28. And this aggression from Twist is going to be rewarded by slowing NIP down. There's 3 Ts who's waiting outside Longhouse, and he's achieved something there. In fact, he's already halfway home. He's back on towards the A site. NIP need to find a way in, and they've only got a Scout and an AK to do it, really. I'm surprised that we didn't see anything fast. We saw how successful their mid to B was, and Tech 9s could have thrived there. And maybe I have spoken too early. This looks like exactly what this is. It's going to be the smoke towards CT, and here they come, swarming through. They are low, though, and Lekra is going to put them lower. 2 quick kills. It could be a third. It will be. FNATIC look to be closing this one out with style, with pizzazz. And with Jazz hands, it could very well be a knife to finish it.
Whoa.
No, put it in the spine. Makalele survives, if not just for a moment. Backs away with just a scout and tries to get some style points to close it. But no, FNATIC will be your victors here on Dust 2. 16-14. It went right down to the 30th.
It did. Whew. It was a back and forth game there, but I thought NIP had it tied up there towards the second half. They actually got those 6 rounds in a row. Thought, oh, right then, this game's over. Then FNATIC, the AWP sort of struggle for them, but as Chad mentioned before, they seem to adjust the roles and see who's hitting the shots. And it's Twist, once he got the AWP on the CT side and got the double AWPs with him, he's actually hitting a lot of shots there, and they're managing to lock it down, and NIP can't finish the job.
So back and forth. I mean, yeah. I remember coming into the first half, I was like, FNATIC got this on lock. Then you see NIP get those 6-7 rounds in a row. Yeah. Suddenly my mentality shifts, and it's just back and forth to the point of insanity. 16-14, the final score in favour of FNATIC. We'll see what the boys at the desk had to say about that one before we start talking about Cash.
Yes, speaking of boys, good to see you guys learn something from the crowd in New York. But speaking of New York, speaking of Dust 2, Twist, AWP, we were critical of it at the time. It seemed like Olaf and Dennis had kind of shifted away from it, maybe not for the best of reasons, but then Twist on this map, bringing it back up.
Yeah, well, Olaf was struggling with everything that game there. He wasn't having a very good
He's
fight.
Never been the same.
No, maybe he'll get back to his form, but it didn't matter. They still got the W. The thing was, Alex was spot on. My headset is... There we go.
Yeah, the cables are finicky.
Yeah, anyway. In that first half, it looked like my voice is going.
Don't end up like me. We were not making out. This is not why Chad sounds like me now. That's not how it works.
Anyway, so in that first half, it looked like it was all Fanatics, right? Lekra got a kill in 8 out of the 9 rounds they won. They look like they're in full control. Here we have a replay right now of where the half slipped away from Fnatic. They should have been winning this like maybe a 10-5 half, but right now they get ecoed, right? So they lost a couple of early kills. This is the first round they were kind of being tricky. They were committed to that B side. They saw one more at B and they started rotating back towards the A side. Freiburg caught off Olaf there in mid, and now it's a 2v2, but Freiburg's already in position A, Makalele rotating in. So they know what's going on in this situation. And what Fnatic did really well was the basics, right? So there's a bit of a whiff from Freiburg, but he's delayed them. He's tagged them up enough, and Makalele's been able to come in and make the last 2 kills. This here, this is what I thought NIP's chance in the game was. You know, this brought the half back to a 9-6. It wasn't a terrible scoreline. They won the pistol on the next half, and then they went on that massive streak of rounds. For Fnatic to come back, and managed to just frag out individually. If you watch the way FNATIC play their CT side, right, they like to play a lot of retake. NIP weren't allowing it so much. They were forcing a lot of fights and stuff, and it wasn't like 5v5 retakes. It was more like 2v2 kind of retakes or 2v3 kind of retakes, and FNATIC were just using their aim and brute forcing their way into sites. It was just heads up CS, you know, like there wasn't